Charlotte Flair hospitalized after being diagnosed with deadly cancer. In one of the most heartbreaking and gut-wrenching announcements in recent WWE history, the wrestling world is reeling from a devastating revelation. Charlotte Flair has been hospitalized after being diagnosed with a deadly form of cancer. The 14-time women's champion, a generational talent and daughter of the legendary Ric Flair, now finds herself in a real-life battle far beyond the squared circle. This is not a storyline. This is not an angle. This is real. Charlotte Flair, the Queen of WWE, is facing a life-threatening illness, and fans around the world are sending their thoughts, prayers, and support as she begins this unimaginable journey. Today, we take you through everything we know about Charlotte's diagnosis, her current condition, the outpouring of emotion from the wrestling world, Ric Flair's heart-shattering statement, WWE's official response, and what comes next in this tragic chapter of her life and career. This is the full story, Charlotte Flair's cancer battle. It all began with a cryptic tweet from Charlotte Flair's official account late Sunday night. Just 3 words. We need prayers. At first, fans assumed it was related to her father Ric Flair, or perhaps a family emergency. But within hours, a report from credible wrestling journalist Sean Ross Sapp confirmed the terrifying truth. Charlotte Flair had been diagnosed with a rare and aggressive form of ovarian cancer. The news was officially confirmed by WWE early Monday morning in a joint statement with Charlotte's medical team. WWE superstar Ashley Flair, known to fans as Charlotte Flair, has been diagnosed with stage 3 ovarian cancer. She is currently receiving treatment at a medical facility in North Carolina. WWE asks for privacy and support during this incredibly difficult time. Fans were stunned. Messages flooded social media. Charlotte Flair, the strongest, most dominant female superstar of the modern era, was now facing the toughest opponent of her life. According to sources close to the Flair family, Charlotte began experiencing abdominal pain and fatigue shortly after WrestleMania 41. Initially, she assumed it was related to training or in-ring wear and tear. But when the pain worsened and she noticed rapid weight loss, Charlotte sought medical attention. Doctors ran a series of tests, including imaging and blood work. Within a week, the diagnosis came: stage 3 ovarian cancer, meaning the cancer had already spread beyond her ovaries to surrounding areas. Treatment needed to begin immediately. She was admitted to the hospital for further evaluation and preparation for an aggressive course of chemotherapy and possibly surgery. Family sources said Charlotte took the news with shock but incredible strength. One insider shared, "She cried, yes. But then she wiped her tears and said, 'I've beaten everyone in that ring. I'll beat this too.'" That's the Queen. The emotional statement from Ric Flair. The most emotional reaction came from Ric Flair, Charlotte's father, mentor, and lifelong supporter. Ric released a tearful video on Instagram, barely able to hold it together. "I've faced death. I've looked it in the eye. But nothing has ever scared me like this. My baby girl, my warrior, my queen, she's fighting now. And I know she's strong. But please, I beg you, pray for her. The world can't lose her. I can't lose her." The emotion was raw, real, and it sent shockwaves across the wrestling world. Ric Flair, who himself almost died in 2017, is now watching his daughter go through the same fight. The roles reversed. Fans began trending hashtags like #PrayForCharlotte and #QueenStrong within minutes. WWE's response. WWE issued a formal statement on Monday Night Raw, with Triple H opening the show. "Tonight, we stand not just as a company, but as a family. Our queen, Charlotte Flair, is in the fight of her life. And while she's not here in this arena, she's in our hearts. She's part of our soul, and we're going to walk beside her every step of the way." The tribute video that followed aired highlights of Charlotte's incredible career, from her NXT debut to her WrestleMania wins, to holding up title after title. The crowd inside the arena erupted into chants of, "Thank you, Charlotte. You got this." It was a reminder that no matter the storyline, the brand, or the generation, WWE stands united when one of its own falls. Superstars react. Messages began pouring in from superstars across the roster and around the world. Becky Lynch posted, "We've fought side by side and against each other. But this fight, you're not in it alone. I'm with you, Queen." Bianca Belair tweeted, "A true champion doesn't just win matches. She faces fear with grace." "Charlotte, we love you." Rhea Ripley, her longtime rival, said, "No one pushed me like you did. You're not just a queen. You're a warrior. And warriors don't quit." Even legends like Trish Stratus, Lita, Mickie James, and Sasha Banks broke silence to offer support. One thing was clear: Charlotte Flair had earned the respect of everyone, even her fiercest rivals. Fans unite around Charlotte. The WWE Universe didn't hesitate. Fans launched fundraisers for ovarian cancer research in Charlotte's name. Massive card-signing events were held outside WWE arenas. Tribute art flooded Reddit and Twitter. Thousands of fans shared personal stories: survivors who had beaten cancer, families who had lost loved ones, and kids who saw Charlotte as their hero. One fan posted, "I watched her win titles when I was battling chemo. She gave me hope. Now it's our turn to give it back." WWE Shop even announced that 100% of proceeds from a special Queen Strong t-shirt would go toward cancer charities selected by the Flair family. Charlotte's fight had become everyone's fight. Charlotte's career highlights. Let's take a moment to remember just what Charlotte Flair has accomplished. 14-time WWE Women's Champion, the most in history. Main event WrestleMania 35 alongside Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey. Winner of the 2020 Women's Royal Rumble. The first woman to hold NXT, Raw, SmackDown, and Divas titles. Countless classics with Sasha Banks, Bayley, Asuka, and more. Charlotte Flair was more than a Flair by name. She earned her legacy. She proved that she wasn't just Ric Flair's daughter. She was the queen of an era. And now, her greatest legacy may not be the titles or the matches, but the strength she shows outside the ring. Inside the hospital. Sources close to the Flair family say Charlotte is currently at the Duke Cancer Institute in Durham, North Carolina, one of the top oncology centers in the United States. She's undergoing early rounds of chemotherapy and is being monitored closely for surgical planning. Doctors say the key will be whether the cancer responds to initial treatment. The next 3 months are critical. One nurse reportedly said, "Charlotte's been talking to patients, smiling, inspiring everyone around her. Even on her hardest days, she's lifting others up." What happens to her WWE future? Right now, WWE has pulled Charlotte Flair from all upcoming events, merchandise promotions, and brand appearances. WWE's head of talent relations confirmed that Charlotte will be given unlimited paid leave, and her spot in the Hall of Fame is guaranteed regardless of whether she ever returns to the ring. Charlotte Flair, we're with you. The WWE Universe stands behind you. And we believe the Queen will conquer. #QueenStrong. #Pray for Charlotte. #Fight like a Flair.